Welcome to the Hamsey Analytics Daily Market Commentary. I'm Pablo Navarro. Today is Thursday, August 2nd, 2012. For the market internals, the New York Stock Exchange Advanced Decline Differential closed at negative 763. Nasdaq Advanced Decline Differential closed at negative 406. There were 9 new 52-week highs for the S&P 500 and 15 new 52-week lows for the S&P 500. For the volatility, we had 260,000 contracts traded on the VIX with 28 million in total premiums paid. For the dollar-weighted put-call ratio in August, we saw a 0.67 with 41% of the total premiums paid, a neutral reading. For September, a 1.25 with 40% of the total premiums paid, and neutral reading also. Here we have the daily chart for SPX. We have a big down day today, almost 1%, 0.75. 10 handles lower for the day, closing at 1365. We were down and broke 0.6 intraday, you could see here, but we were able to bounce from the lows and close back a little bit higher. We did break the positive 2 sigma channel, but still we remain to be up on the 0.6 and above. So that's an important level we hold. As we've mentioned earlier this week, we talked about being news driven. We had FOMC and we sold off thanks to FOMC and what we came out with no news. And today, this morning, Mario Draghi came out saying that they will do whatever it takes, but nothing actually as a concrete plan. So the market sold off pretty hard. After that, we're gonna look at the futures in a short moment. Here on the CI, we're right now pointing lower, and CI diff basically flat here, you could see. For tomorrow, non-farm payrolls, the targets we're gonna look right now are 1343 on the downside, breaking 0.6 and going to 1343, and to the upside looking for 1390. Those are gonna be the targets right now. Those are gonna be the big far range targets. We will look at more shorter term, maybe more easier to attain here on the target. Let's look at ES for us to see how the action was before the market came and Mario Draghi came to his conference this morning. You could see here we have an outside day for the futures. It was actually an outside day even before the opening of the cash session. We're gonna look here at the daily chart, at the 5-minute chart. Here you could see it. We have this 5-minute chart, pretty compressed volatility right now on the after hours, but what we want to look at here is this part. Futures were up 10 handles before Mario Draghi came out here, started talking, and you could see this huge fall after he started talking. We went down almost 25 handles from the highs to the lows before the cash opened here. It was a huge drop on the news, and then we bounced back somewhat on the opening of the market, and then we just made a couple of new lows, bouncing somewhat into the close, but pretty bad action here on the intraday action for the market. These are the futures. We're gonna look at SPY right now to get some targets, and we're gonna start with the daily chart. So here on the daily chart, we were down almost to more than 0.5% today, almost 1 point on the SPY. But as you can see here, we have a doji on the chart. This is because most of the drop was done on the futures market. So this is actually a big down red bar. Must be taken into consideration here. We did hold the 0 sigma, which is positive. Here you could see it. And on the targets for tomorrow, non-farm, we're looking for 134.50, and on the upside maybe 138, 139 level. It's gonna be the upper targets. To look at we're gonna look more into it with this chart, looking at support and resistance level right now. Here we have the weekly support, pivot, and resistance on the 60-minute chart for SPY, and we're looking right now for a 134.75 on the downside, and on the upside for 140.83. That's a little bit extended to the upside. We might be looking for 139 138 would be a great pop there if we do get a good number here on the non-farm payrolls. Okay, now going into GLD, here we have the daily chart for GLD. We broke 0.6 to the downside. Now we're looking for testing the 151, 152 level. Those are going to be the next targets here. We could maybe even see them tomorrow with a bad number. And we're going to maybe come here and test this 149 level here that we have marked here on the trend, on the support here. CI pointing lower on gold right now, and CI diff clearly pointing lower. One important fact here on GLD, we want to take a look here at the moving averages chart and look at the weekly chart. Very interesting support here on this white line, which is the 100-week moving average. We have been testing it for a very long time right now, and it has come pretty close to breaking it. We're gonna see what happens, maybe closing this week and going into the next one, if we are gonna finally break this one or if we're gonna bounce back again. But here you have a level to watch for. 151.66 is the 100-week moving average, very important level to support. As you can see here, we have not been below this level since 2008. For the targets on the weekly pivot resistance and support, here we have the 60-minute chart for GLD, and we are looking right now here at 150 on the downside, which is quite extended. We saw on the Sigma channels that we have a lot of resistance before, so we're gonna take the 152 level here, 153 level for tomorrow's downside, and on the upside we're looking for the pivot here that's gonna be 155.90, call it 156. Those are going to be the up and down target for tomorrow and non-farm payrolls, and we're going to see what happens actually with the number, if it comes better than expected or worse than expected, and we'll look at the weekly charts to see what's going on there. Now we're going to go to the VIX. Here we have the VIX chart. Very interesting day on the VIX today. We sold off pretty hard on SPX, as we noticed, 10 points lower today, but VIX was down almost 7.5% today. You can see here we have an outside day reversal on the VIX, even with the huge down day that we have on the market. This is pretty weird, and one thing we must take from this, looks like there was not much panicking from here, no much going rush to buy some protection for their portfolios. Looks like the move was almost for granted. Nobody was running out for protection, as we did not see any spike at all on the VIX right now. We did break 0.6 to the downside. We're right now at 1760, and we're looking for 1650 and 1530. Those are the two targets here we have on the VIX. And again, we're gonna look tomorrow at the weekly charts to see how we close. If we continue this close on below the weekly 0 sigma chart. That's it for today on the charts. We have a special offer by TradeStation. Get your Hamzy Analytics proprietary indicators paid by TradeStation. Contact Active Traders office in Chicago, Peter Albino, at the number listed below. Have a great night, and I'll talk to you tomorrow.